Welcome back to the California Armwrestling Podcast, hosted by the Savage Armbenders. We have Spencer Pow Pow, Zach Pow Pow, and me, Jaden Smith. So today we're going to be talking about a little bit of the king of the table towards the end, but we got some things to talk about beforehand. I do want to give a shout out to 98 Arm Wrestling. I did see their live stream for one of the tournaments that they had, and I thought it was a great viewing experience. It was very clear video, like where you could see their legs and hips under the table. You could see their upper body perfectly fine. So like you could tell what work these guys were putting in, and they had some pretty good matches. I was thoroughly entertained. And with the audio being clear, it was also enjoyable when you could kind of hear the guys talking back and forth and like the yelling as they're pulling. I enjoyed it. So good job to you guys over there. I thought it was a fun viewing experience while I was just at home. And we're going to bring it over to Zach because he has some information on the Baja tournament.
That's right. So we're going to start it off first with the King of Baja. So we just had the King of Baja this weekend down in Mexico, Mexicali. And man, the right hand overall was pretty wild. They had $1,000 on each hand, left hand and right hand. And right-handed was pretty nuts because Ole was out there just flashing people.
Dude, yeah, no kidding. That guy's fast.
Yeah, Ole don't play around, man. He's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know the guy, but like when I was watching it, like, because he pulled, he was pulling on average bigger guys in the overalls, and dude, he was flashing them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like 180 pounds soaking wet, dude. 185 or something like that.
He pulls 205 class.
Does he? Yeah, all right. Yeah. So he's 205. That's still stud-like.
Yeah, no,
smashed
for sure.
through everybody. I think who was I can't remember exactly who was in the finals. Was it him and Tim?
Tim Talmadge was in there. I forget the bigger dude.
Or was it Eli?
Bigger guy who just had a match.
The big guy in the red shirt.
Siberian Hammer.
Serbian Hammer was there.
Serbian Hammer.
Oh yeah, he had that, or he pulled him. But who was that big guy in the red shirt?
That big Mexican dude?
No, there's a couple big Mexican guys.
Yeah, those guys are studs. I can't remember their name. I see them on Facebook. They're no joke, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that guy, I was like, shoot.
There's one dude. There's one dude that flew out from like Guadalajara or something to Baja, and he's like the number one 242 pounder out there. Guy went
that
out.
That dude's 242.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the same guy, but that's the guy that came out to Las Vegas and just put boot to ass. And just,
he really did.
It was pretty crazy. But yeah, he took.
Don was on the overalls too. Don, I forgot what's his last name. Don
Underwood. Hollywood Don Underwood. Yeah. He's going crazy. Just.
Yeah.
The mean machine, dude. That was cool though to watch them all pull. You know what I mean? You're watching the. First of all, probably a lot of people, if you're an arm wrestler, you are in the nation. You know Ole. Mm-hmm. But to watch him go put boot to ass again, dude, that was hella cool.
You'll know him soon.
Oh, well, I know, or like I now know him after that. That was a pretty incredible performance.
Mm-hmm.
So like
100%.
I will be trying to watch every one of his matches because it's just like, where's the one where he gets into the war? You know, how well is he doing the war?
Eli was out there too. I'm gonna butcher his last name. It's like Eli Sadoff or Sandoval or something like. He's a stud though. He's mainly known for his left hand, but I think he weighs he can't weigh more than 170 some pounds.
100%.
Yeah, no, he's a
because he
guy.
He might be like 176 or something because he fights with what's that dude that just went to?
Yeah, he was talking crap to Hunter Knobs.
Hunter Knobs, yeah. So he pulls with them boys, you know what I mean? But just to see him bang with those guys, it was pretty nuts. So that was cool. But if you go, I think so. Ole won right-handed.
Yeah, he won convincingly too.
Yeah,
he smoked everybody in overalls.
Yeah, he smoked him like a dry cigar or something, dude. Left-handed though. Eli, shout out to Eli. He took that $1,000 home.
Oh snap!
Yeah, 176, 180 pound less than that. Come out there and spanking these kids. Woo! That's kind of nuts, dude.
That's cool. That's cool that they all went out there and they both brought back $1,000 home.
Yeah, they said, no, sir, you ain't bringing these back.
Yeah.
Take that. I need all those pesos.
The venue was sick too. I don't know if you've seen. It was like a nightclub.
Yeah.
Nightclub in Mexico.
They started
Pretty
outside,
much like a nightclub.
and then I guess they took a break, switched all the equipment around, took all the tables, put it inside, and I guess the event was hella dope, like damn near like Coliseum style. You know what I mean? Everybody's just surrounding you, and people are on the upper decks and whatnot. I watched it, or some of it. It was fire. I'd definitely be down to come to next year, especially when I know you don't even need a passport, dude. Come on, guy.
Yeah, just their venue. I was like, oh, dude. The one thing that I did want them to do is have the table in the ring. How cool would that be? They have to go through the ropes and then like pull in the ring.
Yeah,
that would have been really cool. But it did seem like it was a little high. That would have kind of screwed with a little bit of the.
Yeah, but if you had like a few Lucha Libre midgets, it'd be pretty cool.
A couple Rey Mysterios.
Yeah. No, I'm talking full dwarf. I'm talking full Nacho Libre.
Yeah, the like caveman
those
dudes. What do they call them? The Devil Brothers.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be classic. Actually, that's an idea. We might need that.
What? Just a
need
couple
that.
of little midgets for
Just a bunch of midgets. Just to wrestle around. You know,
Dude, have you
you might need a pastime. Everybody bathroom break.
Have you ever
Let
heard
the midgets
of
wrestle.
the what's it called? I think it's mini wrestling.
Are you kidding me? We were supposed
Yeah.
to, man. If not for North versus South last week, 2 weekends ago, I posted in the group chat. I was like, dog, we need to make this one. Then I look up the date, and of course, April 26th, or whenever that date was. I
made one last year, and it was a lot of fun.
I'm going.
Those guys put on a good show. They like sing and stuff.
I think they got.
Yeah, some of them are pretty good singers.
Hey, they're human. They're just small.
Not everybody is a good singer.
This is true.
Small package, big prize.
I don't know what that means, but we got to make the next midget wrestling, man. I love watching midgets wrestle, dog. Anyways,
back to the Baja,
let's go back to Baja.
because we kind of went off on a little tangent there.
Yeah,
Spencer
midget
does that
wrestling. I love
sometimes.
midget
You get him started on midget wrestling, we might lose him.
Yeah, dude.
Let's move along. Let's
Don't
move
jump
along
in
with
that
the Baja,
rabbit
man.
hole. I love midget wrestling.
Tim Talmadge, he was putting on over there up until
Yeah, Tim Talmadge did his thing.
he was refereeing and
I heard
stuff, reffing all day. They said the Open didn't start until like 8:00 at night.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Something crazy, something wild.
The amateurs and all that. I guess it led into like 9 p.m.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Was it just that big of a turnout, or did they just start late?
It was a big turnout. I heard there was like 25 average in each class.
Oh,
From
What?
amateurs. On average, 25 pullers in each class, dude. That's deep.
wow.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's a lot of
You got to think, I mean, there's America's coming out there, a lot of California guys.
Yeah.
And then you got all the Mexico guys that want to pull against the American dudes, you know.
Oh, that's
Hey,
solid.
shout out Tim Talmadge, who even he refereed that whole day. You know what I mean? Doing all that back and forth work, and then what? He pulled. From what I heard, I think I heard him on Jody's podcast earlier today, actually, and he's like, yeah, you know, I was refereeing the whole time and working the thing, and then my boy came up to me. He's like, hey, the 240 guy from out in
Guadalajara.
yeah, whatever, that, you know, and then he's like, hey, man, this dude flew out here. You got to put boot to ass, dog.
We need it. It's
He
the
said
dude
put
who
USA on him.
just won at Las Vegas.
Yeah, the guy we
So
were
if you don't
talking
know
about
what we're
a minute
talking
ago.
about, it's the dude who won at Las Vegas. If you've seen that one,
What
big
was that,
old
the
dude.
IFA, right? The Las Vegas IFA, I don't know. I don't think it was national.
I don't know exactly. I think it was the one where that dude was going crazy and Sean Boom
Santino went
Hancock
to it. Oh, yeah.
was refereeing, and then the dude came on the stage and he grabbed the dude's elbow and started maneuvering it and
Oh.
growing all crazy and
Yeah,
stuff.
I saw that. I thought that was
Yeah,
bullshit.
and then
dude.
Sean was like, "Hey man, relax.
Yeah.
You know, like don't give me the crazy eye." 'Cause the dude started looking at him all crazy.
Yeah, I thought that was bullshit. I'm just like, dude, don't grab my fucking.
No, don't
elbow.
ever do that,
I'm
man.
gonna hit you. Like,
That's why Jaden's not a referee, man. He's gonna,
And by hit, he meant maybe a little false start. I don't think he meant cold cock him, but
yeah, I'm a false start.
a false start on your chin, dude. Get you some new wooden dentures, Abraham style.
Man, you just got a strong back pressure, dude. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, man.
yeah, but I'm
Forget
pretty sure that
dog.
was the event.
Yeah,
if I'm
that
not
was the one. Yes,
mistaken.
yes, yes.
So
Robert Terry was out there.
That's right.
Got his win on
Paul Stevens.
That
was a good pull.
We need the Robert versus Paul Stevens. We need that still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good stuff though, man. Good stuff. Good vibes out in Baja, man. Definitely got to make one of those.
Yeah, that looked like
every year they're doing better. I'm pretty sure this is like a few years now in the making. They've done this. Shout out to Cristobal Ruiz, I think his name is. Dude's a stud. I met him out in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
him and Juvenile.
Yeah, his buddy Juvenile.
Yeah, him and my boy Juvenile.
Juvenile.
The real Juvenile.
Juvenile.
He was in the Juvenile was in the overalls with Olay, but Olay was just too quick, man. It's not something you can prepare for. That speed.
No,
hell no.
Especially if they time it right off that go. Like, you got to be something special to catch.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, man. So let's go into some. We had a lot of interesting things going down this week. We had some things I actually really want to go over, especially being California-based, California Arm Wrestling. Let's talk about a little bit of the CSA, huh?
Yeah, Kane's podcast.
Kane's podcast. They had over this week. I think it was like 2 days ago.
That's right.
It was Kane.
Shout out to Kane Fontecchio.
Kane, Bill Collins, Jeff Ray, and Matt Silva.
We shout them out a lot, but there's a reason for it.
Yeah, to whoever didn't see it, maybe we'll drop it in a link or whatever. Jaden's really good at that.
Yeah. Oh.
I just like to talk a lot of random
still have
bullshit.
a weird link issue with the bio. Like, for some reason, it's still not popping
We'll
up.
figure it out. Maybe we'll put the picture or something.
In time, it'll get figured out.
But yeah, shout out to CSA, Kane Fontecchio YouTube page. Go check it out because it's big information for California. So if you want to know about it, if you want to know about certain things that's going down for the next 2025 ending and beginning of next 2026
preparation
and the future, things that they're talking about.
Yeah, they answered some good questions on there too.
Yeah, a few of them being Bill Collins and them. They were talking about certain qualifications to be on said ranking system now in California. I think some of the things they went over was you have to have certified refereeing now to be able to be on the rank or for it to be a ranking qualified match. So let's say if you're at a tournament and you don't have, I think it is a master ref or a senior ref, right? You've got 3 qualifications, I think it is now. Junior ref, senior ref, master ref. So if you don't have one of the 2 of the master ref or the senior ref, I don't think you're eligible to be qualified for that ranking system.
But that's
now.
in 2026, no?
Yeah, it's not going to be this year. It's going to be
until
2026.
Okay, cool. So we got another
Drop in the comments
6 months, 7 months.
If anybody watched it and you're listening to this, drop in the comments real quick. Let's talk about it because I'm pretty sure they said they're going to stop taking results from tournaments that don't have those referees.
Yeah, and if they don't have the right weight classes also.
Right. So
which honestly makes sense because that takes a lot of weight off of Jeff and Heather.
Right.
Because man, like I know how difficult it is doing this editing stuff. They're dealing with names and numbers and I would just get so frustrated.
And dates of said events. It's a lot of
Jeffrey talked about it. He's like, it's kind of hard tracking down. You got to know when this guy beat this guy. You got to know when because who knows the match after that. There's just a lot of factors to
number crunching for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so fix my number, man. Somebody.
But talk about that in the comments because if that's the case, then
well, they said they update or like they need results by the 7th
of each
month.
Beginning.
So then that means the rankings will come soon after that, or even before that if everything shows up in time. Or no. I'm assuming the 7th means that it gets posted on the 7th or the 8th. And that's probably why the rankings changed up, like for North versus South, was because of that same reason.
Right. Took a little delay, a little time to crunch the numbers.
Yeah.
But that brings us into another question for you guys. Should we talk to promoters about, or at least let them know what's going on with these rule changes? Because there are promoters right now that are doing tournaments at different weights and without those certified refs, and which is fine because it gives a lot of people opportunities to pull. Amateurs, people want to get in the game. It gives you a chance to get out there and pull. But with all this stuff going on now, should we bring this up to these promoters' attentions, or if they already know, should we just comment, man? What should we?
People got to speak, man. The people got to speak. If nobody speaks up, then
Exactly.
Yeah.
they drop the hammer. It don't really matter. You're just a nail. You know what I mean? We got to speak as a people.
Yeah.
Unionize, get right, be one, and tell these motherfuckers, hey, if I want to be on that ranking system, if it really matters to you, or if it doesn't, it's fine. But if it matters to you, be vocal.
If you want that detailed information, you definitely need to go to that video on Kane Fontecchio's podcast, because we don't want to get into the details too much, because that's for them to speak clearly on. That's not for us to speak clearly on. It's just for us to understand what we need to know going further for our competitions, for our own rankings.
Yeah, especially NorCal too, because we don't have as many certified refs like senior or master refs that just pop up.
Right. Yeah.
I think we got Santino's. I think he's a junior ref. If I could be mistaken, but that's probably one of our more qualified guys that we have out here.
Yeah, he actually.
And especially went
went
to a seminar.
I wonder what makes you qualified for master.
Well, okay, we could get into that if you guys want.
Yeah, I mean, we could, but we're not going to do it justice like Bill did. So
I have a pretty good
go ahead.
rundown on that. Yeah, so the refereeing qualifications, you go to a seminar, and this could take up to X amount of time, who knows. But let's say, I think he does a thing where he explains certain things, what makes a ref, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then they go into a written test. Multiple choice, I assume. I think that's like 20 questions or so.
I think it's funny that it's like a little college university.
It's good. It's good.
You got to take it serious because people are putting money on the line.
Well, and not only that, like limbs are on the line.
Yeah, your limbs are on the line.
Right.
Yeah.
So to be qualified for like master refereeing, you'd have to get I think he said 2 questions wrong at best.
Nah, it was one.
Yeah, maybe
It was
one.
one. If you want to be, I'm pretty sure if you want to be master, I think there's only allowed to be one.
Yeah.
What is it, like one test a year, or you can just call for it? But, I mean, I would...
So here's the thing. That's a good little segue because Bill said he's going to start trying to host more seminars. He wanted to host one at the San Jose event, but the San Jose event got postponed.
Oh.
But he said that he was going to, make it a thing that he wants to start hosting more seminars. So he's going to try to do a couple in the north, a couple in the south. So, man, if anybody is interested in it, then definitely look into it because we need more certified refs. It's just going to help everybody, and it's going to help yourself too because you're going to learn the ins and outs of arm wrestling. You're going to learn the rules. You're going to learn what the refs are looking for. You're going to learn what not to do.
Yeah, it's convenient that he's doing it at events because I was just kind of figured that he just kind of did it whenever he scheduled a certain time. I'm like, man, that would make it difficult to travel out. But if you're already going out to either spectate or or compete at an event, then that makes it easier for having the opportunity to become a ref if that's something that you wish to do.
Right. So what? I think he's gonna now post up on the UAL page and let you know, hey, I'm coming out to this event, or when I come for this event. Drop some in the comments, or whoever, DM him or the UAL, saying hey, I am willing to do that. I want to do that because if he doesn't have enough people, and when he comes out to this venue, probably not going to do it because it takes a long time and he invests a lot of time. I think he set up words to if you have enough people, you have to go through these certain go through everything individually after they take the test and whatnot. You have to take a
little hands-on.
Hands-on too. So that he said it takes about a half hour per person to do that. So you're damn near running through a 7-hour day again. You know what I mean? Maybe plus if you got enough people.
That's a full day.
Right. So we got to make sure if you're serious about this, especially NorCal, man, when he's coming out here. Whoever is serious about it, whoever really wants to be something and do something about it, hit him up on social. Hit up the Ultimate Arm Wrestling League when he drops them on the Ultimate Arm Wrestling page. Make sure you're keeping an eye out for that, man.
Yeah.
Because we need more certified refs.
Yeah, and
I might be a ref.
Is that something you would want to do?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I personally don't think I would be that good at it. I would get a little enthralled in the match.
Yeah, people won't like me as a ref, dude. I'll be Travis Bajan style, just strict foul.
Oh, that's not so bad. Like
you need that. I like it. I like it because I like to be like straight boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
So like I was like a ref in some of my buddies' backyard brawls, like little boxing matches between friends.
Street beefs.
I was a bad ref because I was kind of the guy that was like, if he dies, he dies. Guys would just be stuck in a corner for like 30 seconds.
He's just Mario Yamasaki and these dudes. He's like.
Yeah,
let it run. Like, he's got about 10 more punches in him.
Well, I mean, like, a lot of those guys, they would throw a shot in between, like, as they were getting hit by, like, 3 or 4, and I'm just like,
he's awake. He's still in there.
That's why, I'm like, he's still in there. If I was in there, I would want that chance. If I'm throwing, then that means I believe.
Still got some fight in him.
Yeah. I'm looking for the person that's just like, they're done. And that's not good for a ref.
Just fucking...
No.
Yeah, that's the thing though too is these refs, they don't want to just come out and ref these matches and tournaments without no payment. So
traveling, like, they got to go all over the place.
Right, which is totally understandable. If you already if you're a ref with these ranked matches with people trying to get these rankings, we need referees. So Kane was proposing that we give $50 to the referee if they're hosting super match, and they're refereeing it.
I'm pretty sure he made a post the other day, like for SoCal Armfest, saying, an idea of, hey, how about we pay the ref $50 per competitor, and you give that ref $50.
I think it's a solid idea. You're going to get a lot more people wanting to be ref, especially if it, like, let's say at the event, if it's not an all super match event, like you have the whole tournament class too. If it's just, or like if you've got the super matches, they don't have to pay entry fee. They pay for ref.
I think $50 is a little steep. I don't know for an arm wrestler, depending on how many matches you have, because.
Oh yeah, depending on
how many matches. I mean, $50 is
that's a good.
That's
point.
a lot of money, but I live on a blue collar budget. You know what I mean?
I bet that could be negotiated.
But it is worth 100%. If you're a competitor and you want a ranking system, you want to pay that your ref to be legit. 100%. It should be paid for, especially it being at a SoCal Armfest, being a huge practice. It's not like they're getting paid at all. Anyways, they're doing a lot of hard work, which they are. It's just, I want to get into it a little bit. Let's talk about let's say a NorCal puller is ranked a little bit higher, right? Maybe you're number 10, and then you got a number 15 guy that's like, hey, Jaden, hey, James Mackay, I want your number. How about you come out to SoCal Armfest, 8.5 out, 9 hours away, and then also, can you put 50 up to the ref?
Yeah, because that's not like that's how it happened already.
Are at the time.
Yeah,
we've been
me being a
proposed
blue
that
collar
question
guy,
already. That like it's not like you've been called out before I've been called out, and that's kind of like one of the biggest things.
I've been called out also.
Yeah. I really want to pull them. It's just like that is a far drive. That is a far drive.
Drive or airplane plus hotel fee. Because unless you sleep in,
unless it's like right around the corner from Santa Barbara, or Ventura,
Well, either way, let's say it's just not you with the luck of having family out in Santa Barbara. I mean, let's just say you're a regular Joe Schmo with no family, and you're like, oh well.
That's something that is kind of discussed between pullers. If you're trying to call somebody out, that's something that you guys got to establish on you guys' own, because it's not like. If they're doing it at SoCal Armfest, it's not like those people are going to pitch in unless you guys talked about it. Right. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something that you got to hash out between each other. Because for instance, if somebody is calling us out, it's not like we're not afraid to go. We'll go. But
the fun's got to be right, man. Because everything, it's nothing's free in this world, especially in California. Everybody just wants to take it, 10 cents to every dollar, and that's everybody. So it's really hard to, right? So I would love to come out there more. It's just it's really hard to be.
I mean, you guys know you're in California too.
So yeah. So
there's a reason why.
What do you guys think about that, man?
There's a reason you guys don't come up here.
Well, actually,
it's the same reasoning. It's the same reasoning.
All right.
Is
So what do
basically
you?
what I'm getting at. Like, you guys definitely understand it.
100%. So I don't know, $50 per referee. That's cool, or per person towards the referee. That's cool. But I don't know. Just that's my idea. That's the way my mom thinks. What do you guys think? You know what I mean? Is it?
It is cool. Also, like asking for in advance. Like I mean, we've been getting some call outs for Anaheim. And it's just all like it's cool having that in it, or like to look at in the future. Like, I don't know how things will structure out because sometimes just things hit you and you just can't make something. But like as things start approaching, then you start to get a clearer picture of if you can make it or not. And having that in frame is cool, because then it's like you're just kind of taking into account, oh, can I make it to this Anaheim? Can I pull this guy? Like I want to line up my ducks for this. I don't know the phrase.
Get my ducks a row.
Yeah.
Right. There's a little call to action to every NorCal person that is even thinking about becoming a ref. If Bill does host one of those in the Turlock area or one of those, it would be perfect if he were to go to McGraw's house and just knock all those ducks in a row.
I think they talked about something going to
the
Armbenders.
pod, so that would be nice.
That'd be cool.
Because the thing is all the people in South, they have all the certified refs. They have most of them. So we need a few more. We need a few more north,
So for now, it's just going to be me and Zach talking with each other because Spencer's got to take a piss, and I don't really like dealing with the cuts. It kind of screws with my editing flow, and it makes things take longer. But, I do think that having more refs would be cool. Like, I know saying that is easy, but there's some guys that would actually take interest in it.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, Jody's got some guys that just like consistently ref for him.
They're doing it for the love of the game too.
Yeah. So it's like why not take that extra step? Because then guess what? Like, you can get that extra little bit of payment just to go to all these other reffing events.
Why not get an official title from an official referee, from a master referee?
Yeah.
Because there's a couple people who are doing them right now. Bill Collins is one of the main ones leading it, but we also have Sean Boom Hancock, and that's the referee who was doing a damn fine job of when that dude was spazzing out, trying to pull that dude's arm.
Guy?
Yeah, with the hat.
Yeah, no, I was glad that he was at least the ref because he was just all like, no.
Yeah, no, he's a no nonsense referee, which I like. You kind of need that.
Oh yeah, I mean you can't get better if you don't got some guy that don't that gets you straight.
That's what you ask for. If you're an opponent and somebody tries to do that stupid stuff to you, come on, bro. That's what you need. You need a referee that's not going to stand for none of that.
Oh, exactly.
So that's also why we need more people willing to do it. I mean, I'll do it if nobody else is willing to do it from our side, because just to learn it, and I mean, just to have those credentials if we need it. But Bill was saying a really good example too, like, you guys should just start doing it in practice. Have somebody, one of your teammates, just start refereeing in practice. It don't got to be so serious. We're not trying to kill each other in practice. We're all trying to get better. So why not have somebody there to officiate it? And, hey, elbow foul, restart the match. Hey, it don't got to be that serious, but you know what I mean.
It's kind of a good point because then if we have, more people, if you have a lot of people that are, an official ref, then that just makes everything easier. I mean, of course, there will be those that will have judgment. They're like, oh, this guy's not as good as this guy. But, I mean, at least we got, official refs.
Right.
Guys that have qualified by Bill Collins. I mean, he's kind of like the face of reffing for arm wrestling.
Yeah,
kind of like Herb Dean or what used to be John McCarthy for.
That's a good job. That's a good reference.
Yeah, those two are and then the boxing guy. I forget his name. The wide-eyed black dude.
Oh yeah.
He's somebody that enjoys the fights, but is still able to.
That dude's trash.
Is he?
I don't like him.
He's a bad ref.
He might have been good at a time, but I think maybe he needs to retire.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I don't watch boxing that much.
What is he, Mario Yamasaki of boxing or what?
Nah, but if you guys seen that Canelo, or if you guys seen that Caleb Plant fight when he fought Benavidez, dude, it was. Well, any boxing fans that's out there, if you're a boxing fan and you've seen the Caleb Plant Benavidez fight, you'll know what I'm talking about. But let's get back to arm wrestling.
Well, I mean, I don't like Herb Dean, and that's mostly because of the Anderson Silva Michael Bisping fight.
Oh yeah.
That's mostly because of that one.
In this case, I mean, this is the worst case I've seen of him, and probably one of the only ones. That's why I say it. But it was so bad. It's because he kept allowing Caleb Plant to just kept holding. He kept throwing a couple shots and then getting in the clinch and just holding. And he never warned him. He never said anything. The whole fight was like that, and it was kind of whack. And then he kept warning Benavidez of stuff, and it was just like it was very one-sided. But that's boxing.
I kind of wish we had like in boxing. I would enjoy boxing so much more if dirty boxing was more of a
dirty boxing's cool, but it's not cool when you're just holding on, clinching, and not even trying to dirty box. You're just trying to hang on and.
If you look like you're trying to make out with your opponent, like I'm done with it. Because it goes on for too long. And that's what sucks.
Yeah. We kind of went off on a little tangent again, but one more call to action
USA
for any of you pullers that wants to get ranked. This is kind of for the lighter guys. There's a few spots on that list that aren't filled yet, and I don't even know. I think it might be 165, one of those classes. But hey, man, if you want to get ranked, man, just start pulling open.
I think 185 too. There's like the top 15 or something. I think they're ranked until like the top number 9 or 10. Yeah. So you got like 5 spots open. You got some spots open, especially you women out there. Filled. There's a lot of women out there that need to come out and compete. Get that ranking system.
That 185 is like dead in amateur pulling. There's no way.
No, it's not. It's just like it's not amateur pulling. It's not dead in amateur. It's open.
That's my point. But that's my point. Is that just go up?
Right.
Too many people are scared. Like, I think Matt Silva made a good point where he's just like, if you know how to not get your arm broken, you don't really have to worry about it. Like, just because somebody's stronger and hits hard, like, you know how to not get your arm broken. And that's the biggest thing. Outside of that, I mean, like, tweaks and little minor aches, that's just kind of the...
That comes with any physical sport.
Yeah, that's just the game,
Right.
You're always going to have the aches. You're always going to have the tweaks. Like, just you focus on your rehab and prehab. Like, that's what's going to make sure that you're going to feel better most consistently.
What about Ahab?
Ahab? Captain? Hunting the white whale? Is that what we doing?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Predator Ahab.
Predator Ahab?
But that's another note.
Oh, that was his name in the movie?
Yeah. That's a deep cut.
No,
any Predator fans know about Ahab. That's a deep
Predator
cut.
fans know about Ahab, man.
I didn't know that was his name. I kept thinking of his real name.
Yeah. No, well, the real ones know, man.
That's where
Shout out to Predator Badlands.
That's where I screw up in movies. If I'm watching a movie, I will always forget the character's name in the movie unless I've watched it a few times or they say it a lot.
Well, no, he's a character though. I don't think he's not in the movie yet.
But that was my point. Is that like I will always think of the actor's name every time they're speaking to each other.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. No. But yeah, you know what? Let's get into this, dudes. How do you feel about pullers? Open, professional, whatever you want to call it. How do you feel about these guys going into the next, let's say, you weigh 200, 198, or the 205, whatever class that is, at the time. Let's say you're an open dude. You're already ranked number, 10. Let's say even 15. You're ranked. Do you think it's okay to pull at 198 and then go heavyweight and pull amateurs? Or let's say you're a 145er and you're like, oh, I want to go up to the 160, the light heavyweight. And you know what? I think I'll go to AMs. How do you guys feel about that? I'll come around and I'll tell you guys how I feel about it.
I probably have a opinion that a lot of people don't really like, and is that I don't care. It depends on a certain rank that you have, and I guess it also depends on like the distance, or the distance of weight. So like let's say you have somebody in the top 5 going up a weight class, they're definitely not allowed to pull an amateur. If they're in the top 10, I don't really think so, but you can have an argument. If you're in the top 15, sure. That's just kind of my opinion on it. Only because, like, why not get the extra practice, you know? But, like, if you're in the top 5, you definitely don't need the practice. If you're in the top 10, I don't think you need the practice. You just need to get better.
Well, here's my opinion. I feel like if you're pulling open, you pull open.
Get into it.
Depending if you're an amateur trying to pull open, that's different.
Yeah.
If you're an amateur trying to make your way, find your lane, I mean, that's where I was. That's where we're all at one point. That's different. But if you're pulling open now, you don't go back down. I'm sorry, but that's just the way the game goes. Because here's the thing. It don't really matter if you're number 15, because we all know that these rankings fluctuate. They fluctuate hard.
Oh,
so you could be ranked 15, but meanwhile, you know that you'll smoke number 6, dude. That's kind of how the rankings are in California. Is so big. So if you're pulling open, in my opinion, you stay open and you pull that next class up open. If you want more pulls, it only makes sense because if I put it in a best example, if I were to pull in my class in 205, whatever. Well, I'm not 205. I'm not heavy right now, 220. But if I were to pull in 205s like I was before, open, and then I was like, you know what? I just got smoked. I want to pull 230s AMs. You know, whatever. I'll just have some fun. And then I go into the AMs, and I'm just hitting everybody, smoking everybody, putting everybody at risk because these guys are AMs. I could probably snap one of these dudes' arms if I wanted, or I could just, get more reps in. It's just discouraging to the next opponent. And also, if you want more pulls, you could get them if you pull open. You're already pulling open.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. I mostly what I was thinking is, like, if you're somebody that's instinctively a slow puller, I just kind of go, I don't know the issue.
That makes sense.
But if you are, like, working on your hits, don't do that in amateurs. Yeah. Don't do that in amateurs.
No, if you're
going to get a lot of beginners in amateurs.
Right.
So it's just like, don't be working on your hits on guys that are not ready for that.
Because here's the thing. When you see somebody go
they might
open.
Think they're ready, but they
well, actually, I mean, pullers who've pulled open know it. They know from firsthand experience. Once you pull open, it's a whole nother ball game. The levels, there's levels to the shit. And when you pull open, you realize, oh, I thought I was right here. Now I'm really right here. And the level's all the way up here. So when you do that and then you come back down and just smack on these cats that are still trying to make their way, that ain't cool. You're not getting no cool points from nobody, and you're not getting anything for yourself. You're going to get more benefits if you pull open. Every time I pulled open, ever since amateur, man, I felt so much more improvements. I got my ass whooped. I went to tournaments, paid my money, paid my dues, my travel fees, and just lost 2 matches, got out. But I would have rather done that.
Get your ass whooped.
Yeah, but
knowing it, you see Michael Vaz, you see Matt Hughes in the corner.
You
see
turn.
all these dudes. Jamie Sheldon out there, Patterson,
Aaron Blevins,
dude.
The first time I ever pulled open, it was Anderson Oliveras and then Ryan Ballesteros.
I remember that.
I remember that was
the first time that was my second tournament and the first time I ever pulled open.
Yeah, ripping.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good one.
Fire, man. That was stupid fire.
Outside tournament, outdoor one.
Yeah.
And that's what started to put the fire.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron, dude, and you don't know until you really get gritty.
And then thank you, Junior, for giving me my loss in that super match, because ever since then,
shout out Junior Matthias, man.
Yeah, just arm wrestling is stuck in my mind. I can't get it out. It's almost like strongman in my mind right now.
It's a blessing and a curse, dude. It's a blessing and a curse,
dude. It's a straight up incubus. It just sucks on you and seduces you.
Yeah, but how do you feel about that, Spence? Man, let's get your opinion on that.
No. Next. No, I'm just playing.
No?
I grew up always competitive, so I always grew up thinking, all right, well, once you're at a certain place, there's no backpedaling.
Yeah.
There's no backpedaling. Yeah. Once you hit a certain spot where, all right, football, boxing, amateurs, smokers for boxing. You go to these places and you learn. And then once you hit enough smokers and amateur fights, you get enough fights in your books, then you get, perfect example. You have a books in amateur boxing. That way you go to your next trainer and then you line up these fights. Well, let me look at this guy's books. He's got X amount of fights versus this guy. No, I don't want to line him up with my fighter. How would it go if I was a professional boxer?
Yeah.
And then, I'll take on that guy that just went to the Olympics. He's not professional yet, but he went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
You might meet Vasily Lomachenko coming out of the Olympics as a young kid, but then you're I don't want to see Nonito Donaire because that was a terrible example, but let's say you're Crawford, and then you meet him, and then you beat the dog tarnations out of him. There's levels.
Yeah. So
there's no backpedaling. Once you get to a certain, you don't backpedal.
Yeah, I think Zach made a strong argument that actually made me change my opinion. Where it's just all like, if you are an open rank puller, if you go up a weight class, you have to pull open weight. But if you keep losing an open weight and you just can't win against somebody that's ranked, then you
stay in your class.
You
stay in your class then.
Well, I mean, if you're losing to every open weight guy in the weight above you, then you're allowed.
Oh well, then you're still an amateur then. If you don't get any wins in open,
not in the weight class that you're in, if you're ranked. That's
that's
kind of my point.
But if you're ranked already, you don't go. I don't care. You don't go down.
Yeah,
that's all.
If you're at that point,
if you're ranked, you don't go down.
You have other things to work on, and you don't need to be pulling exams for that.
Then stay in your class. Yeah. That's how I feel. I mean, you could get as many pulls as you want,
that means you need to get in the gym.
Right, but now, so if you're like, oh well, I want to go AMs, and you know what? I'll smack this guy's dick in the dirt, and then what? Because now you have two calibers of pullers, right? You got the mental stability pullers that'll be like, all right, I could take this ass whooping, but I'm taking it knowing I'm going somewhere, right?
Yeah, only those guys are going to get better.
But then you got, let's say 75% or 80% of the other pullers and amateurs that are just there to have fun. And now you detoured these guys so bad because you ripped through their arm because they just saw you pull open, and they're like, holy crap, these guys can go open and then AMs? Come on, guy. Do better than that, man. If you're an open puller and you're professional open, you don't go back down, dog. I don't take 2 steps forward to take 3 steps back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's built different. I'm cut from a different cloth, and
now that doesn't.
I'm not cut off with that.
That doesn't mean that you can't pull amateur on your left arm. Right. Now that's a different arm. We're talking. That's a whole nother ball game, But that's another conversation.
Like for me, physical strength, my arm is definitely not amateur, but it just doesn't perform well.
Right.
So I just don't have that.
The brain to the hand don't.
You don't
really
get the same.
It doesn't coordinate the same.
But if you want me to curl 100 pounds with my left arm, it's doing it.
Right. Oh man, hey, that reminds us. I'm sorry, guys. We need to drop some workout videos. Because you guys haven't seen the way the Savages do the workouts. The Savage Armbenders, we're a little different when we work
a little
out.
savage.
It might not be, we might not put the crazy numbers with the arm wrestling workouts because it's not where we came from. We kind of, we have a little different background, but we're trying to up all that. We're on our way. It's a slow climb, so just stay tuned with the journey.
It's tough to.
And if we get this guy on some of those workout videos, you're gonna see some astronomical numbers.
Yeah, he could curl his body weight.
I wouldn't say astronomical, but they're good.
Astronomical.
I would say.
This guy's got a 60-inch vertical.
Expeditiously.
It keeps going up. It keeps going up with you.
Last 2 weeks ago, it was like 43-inch.
No. I think like a few weeks ago, you said like 20, and then it was like 40.
No, I never start at 20. Hey. If you got a 20-inch vertical, for a regular person, that's cool, but not for an athlete, dog. If you got a 20-inch vertical and you're an athlete, you go back to amateurs.
Yeah, I don't know what my vert is because I can't see what's under my feet when I jump, but
it's because you're jumping too goddamn high, dude. But yeah, man. So with that being said, I don't think we've had too many that being saids today. But with that being said, dog, if you're open and you're ranked open, you're cut off, bud. You're cut off, guy.
You're cut off.
Hey, guy, you're cut off.
You can't cut me off.
Yeah,
you're cut off.
They convinced me, so they're
man, you're cut off, man.
I'm not arguing for you if you're that person.
Top 15, I don't care. I don't care. Because that's like being like, hey, Cody Hadley. Oh, well, I didn't do too good in my, 205 or 230, whatever he's pulling at that day. But you know what? I'm going to go AMs.
Well, people are pulling amateur
man.
because they're amateur. People aren't pulling amateur because they're pros, trying to bone up on their experience and trying to get more, rack up more dubs and more. You don't do that. I mean, you could do that. If you're that guy, you could do that. There's definitely a lot of people out there that do that, you know.
Yeah. I got a weird
that
opinion
sounds
where I think if you're only winning, you're overrated.
Well, it's like that. It's like that boxer
somebody
or
that
that MMA fighter
Yeah,
who's
unless
just
you're Ole.
boning up their record. You know, just like, oh yeah, I'm just still amateur. Yeah, I'm fighting amateur. I'm knocking everybody out, but
You're fighting tomato cans.
it's like that. Yeah,
You're crushing tomato cans.
In my opinion, if you're somebody that like wins a lot and then you lose and then you come back and beat them and then you like,
I'd rather
you know,
see that.
That's why in my mind GSP is like one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. Demetrius Johnson is one of the greatest.
Oh, yeah. Mighty
Because
Mouse.
he also takes losses and he just keeps winning.
You know,
And
the best MMA fighter though, I'd say that just doesn't take losses.
are you talking about the
John Jones?
gay man?
I'd have to say John Bones Jones.
John Bones Men Jones?
We're gonna have to talk about Dana White about this shit, but anyways, let's go back to what we were talking about because now me and Jaden will go back on like a 30-minute.
After saying this,
Banter.
I can't meet John Jones anymore.
Yeah, man. So
And I
look,
love watching him fight. I would love to meet him, even though like he's kind of controversial.
look, man. Look.
cool
Let's get
ass
back to the
fighter.
subject. Tom Aspinall's not that guy,
Oh, he's that guy.
and also can't go back to Ams, dog. Can't go back
Can't
to
go
Ams.
back
You
to
definitely
Ams.
can't go back to Ams, but Tom is that guy.
Let's get to the subjects, man. So what's up with
We got a couple more. We don't really have too many California arm wrestling. We kind of ran through all the California news. So let's get into some other stuff, man. Let's get into some more arm wrestling.
Do you got
news.
the list for the King of the Table?
I got it.
No,
got
but we
it?
do have a couple more. We got Greg Brown's spot. They had a little something over there. You know about that? Bob
Yeah,
Brown.
talk about that for a minute, man.
Bobby Brown?
Yeah, no. Bob Brown had an event
I don't even know.
in Utah, Utah Arm Wrestling. You know, go shout out to them on Facebook and YouTube. Great content they have. They had a good list of super matches. I forget all of them exactly. I know Cody Evans or Scott Evans had a good matches with Cody, and I'm gonna butcher his last. I'm not even gonna get into his last name, but yeah, they had some good, cool matches. Robert Baxter fought. I think his name's Craig Smith. Super sorry to you, man. Super stud though. Guy has a mean old goatee, some cool electric Polish tattoos. I don't even know if he's Polish, but let's go. You know what I mean?
Electric Polish.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, you know the Polak guys that have the the electric ball. You know Miguel Cotto?
oh, where they've just got the like,
Yeah. Yeah, lightning kind of. So it was fire. Anyways, that was a good match too. You know what I mean? So, and Robert Baxter, we all know Robert Baxter if you're an arm wrestler. East versus West.
I'm still
couple
new
motor
at,
dude,
I'm
you know
still
what I
new at
mean?
this, you know.
Yeah.
Only because of this podcast have I been.
Devin Larrett was there. Devin
I
Larrett
didn't
pulled
even
up to
know
Utah.
that. I thought I'd seen the list of the matches. They looked pretty fire. Man, we should have had the list for you guys. Apologies. We'll get it.
Really fire.
Yeah,
Which was the match?
man, dude, it was like a list of super matches. And,
Oh, this is something that's coming up.
No. It already happened. And it was like Robert Baxter pulled, I think, Justin Green, the guy from Arizona. It was just a bunch of set super
Oh,
matches.
so this was like a national match,
Yeah, well, I mean,
country match.
pretty much, yeah. It was in our country, it was in our nation, so it was. I mean, you could say it's national.
DNA
People
match.
were coming for flying around and shit, and yeah, there was some good ass matches. I think
It was
Mega,
the Nam.
Yeah.
AM.
one of our guys was there. Mega Mike was there.
was he?
Yeah, I don't really know too much about it, but what I do know about was that Eddie Hall fight, and man, Eddie Hall knocked that fool out in one round. So Spence owes us 50 push-ups.
Yeah, we're still gonna have to get that. He hasn't even paid us up on that one yet.
Yeah, so
It's just like we haven't seen each other since. So, but
I've seen him
we
every single
should-
day, man.
Oh, you do. But I also need that payment.
Yeah. No, the people need the payment.
Yeah. No, you need to prove it, or else these bets that we're making aren't gonna. Work
Austin
much.
wants to see it. We all want to see it.
Man, the streets need to see it, man.
My
We're gonna
dad
get it
even
out
called
today.
you
So
out
hey,
for
drop
it.
that in the comments.
I
What do you
did
guys
shake
think?
on it, man. I owe you guys.
What do you
I owe
guys think? You
guys.
think Spencer's gonna do them all straight? Well, what was the bet? 50?
50,
Yeah.
man. 50
What do you guys
solid
think?
ones,
Drop in
dog.
the comments. Is he doing 50 straight, or are we gonna have to do some cuts for this guy? What do you think?
How many of you
He's a super heavy.
SABs believe in your boy? How many of you guys believe in your boy? Even though I'm about 300, 280 something plus. How many of you guys think I could do 50 plus in a row? Drop it in the comments, man. That way I could comment back and talk mess back to you dirty birdies, man.
Really close, and your form will start to fade on like 42.
Well, let's go, you savage
true.
armbenders.
This is true.
Drop it in the comments. What do you guys
All right.
think?
I didn't say perfect push-ups.
Am I now betting on your form of how your push-ups are gonna go?
Hey,
you owe me 10 more push-ups if you can't. If I'm more right.
What do you SABs think? 50 straight? Drop it in the comments, man. Let's see if you got faith.
That's the only thing that's going is straight, man. Straight up.
Straight up. That's a deep cut.
This is Sparta. Straight up. If you know, you know, man. Drop in the comments if you know about that one, dog.
I don't even know that one.
Ah, man. I think we might get a few laughs out of that, man. But
Hopefully.
dude, yeah, I don't know much too much. Oh, you know
what?
Let's do it, man.
The last thing was the king of the table. But go ahead if you got something different.
Table? No, I was just getting the king of the table, man, because
I mean, it
might be getting a little controversy.
I'll probably say like a couple things, but they're not going to take long at all.
okay, yeah, let's get in the king of the
Well,
table.
when
man.
is king of the table?
King of the table is
This
this Saturday, May 10th.
Oh shit!
This Saturday is a lot of.
You know
viewing.
what? That's gonna be pretty dope, man.
This
Yeah,
Saturday is a
boy.
lot of viewing because not only do we have the king of the table, but we also have UFC
Bilal Muhammad.
Bilal Muhammad versus JDM. And
Oh,
JDM is gonna beat the hell out of him.
I
Jack
got Bilal
DeLema,
Muhammad, our Chicago
Madalena.
native.
Bilal is lame to
He's a
watch.
Chicago native. He's
Yeah,
a
man.
killer.
Bilal's not good for the sport, and I hate to say that because Bilal is a nice guy. He seems like a good guy, but like, dude, hey, you do all that expression,
Bilal
but
just straight dumped somebody on their head his last fight, dog. He
Bilal
picked him up
sucks.
and dumped him on his head, man.
everybody says that fight was so much more dominant than it actually was. Like
Who else dumped him on his head like that?
Bilal
bro,
sucks to
Sean
watch, man.
Brady.
He knocked Sean Brady out.
No, he didn't.
Bilal, bro, he TKO stopped him, dog. Come on,
and,
man.
Like he got a TKO, but like the dude was still standing on his feet.
Yeah, but he was done, dude. He was done for
He
it.
was done, and
Yeah, he beat his
and
ass.
You know he was done.
He beat his
Well,
ass. That was a different Sean Brady, though.
Of
Yeah,
course.
that was
a different Sean Brady.
That's the point that I'm
Early in
getting
his career.
Because Sean Brady was even saying, and I believe it. I believe when he was saying it that when he was in the hotel in Abu Dhabi, people were harassing his hotel room constantly. Like people were like coming up, like beating on his door. They were playing music outside of his window, like where he couldn't sleep.
That's a shitty excuse.
Oh, come on.
That's
Are
a
you
shitty
kidding
excuse.
me? There's a reason why a lot of MMA fans are arguing for all or like most of the championship fights to be in America.
Yeah, good luck.
Because Americans don't do that. They don't care that much about it. They just
Yeah,
wanna
but it's
see a
not
good fight.
owned. It's not American owned anymore.
And that's the problem. There's a reason why the rule sets are
The
all bad.
Saudis
is
own it,
because-
dude.
Yeah, that's the reason why the rule sets are all bad.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's why. Yeah, we went off on another UFC tangent.
I think
F
the
Dubai,
UFC,
man.
I think the UFC
What?
is on a
Let's
downward
go
Wow.
slide.
all
What are you
fights in
talking about?
America, dude.
Dana White
I don't like
isn't
the
even
time schedule shitty in Dubai. That's why. It's
Well-
like you have to get acclimated
Dubai
to
puts on
time.
honestly,
good events,
that's-
man.
No,
They
they
put on
do.
good events. I mean, they put on some of the events that we can't see.
That's the problem. We used to see them. They don't even put on the best matchups. Like and now Dana White is he's the
Well,
president.
they're putting
of
on
the
that
UFC.
Crawford and Canelo.
Well, but this
Let's
is
not
the
get into that. Let's go to the
but
East
that
versus
is the
West
problem.
side.
We'll keep it
That is
table.
the problem. Is because Dana White is the president of the UFC, but now he is helping boxing.
Yeah, we
Why?
need that. The streets
What
need
is
that.
this?
Oh, yeah.
What is that? That's stupid. That's so stupid. He needs it. Like he should be fired from the UFC if he's not helping the UFC. What is even the point?
Arm wrestling chat. Let us know, man.
Yeah,
Are we going on too many tangents? I
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
are.
That's.
But we're
I
gonna,
don't care, man. I don't even care, dog. I'm
But,
sorry. This
hey,
conversation, man.
that's
If
some
you
of the
guys like the
SAB
rants,
talk,
do
man.
yeah.
That's
We
some
get
SAB talk.
We get in the rants. If you
Yeah,
know
that's
the
Savage
wrestling, you
Arbenders,
know.
let's get it, man.
That's enough talking about oiled up Dana White. So
Before we get into King of the Table,
No more on Dana White and John Bones. I'm getting sick of this. This is going to turn
no,
ugly.
he's oiled up.
do you
want to
talk about that?
I want to talk
You want
about
to talk about
King of the
that
Table.
Devin match? Or you want to save that? We'll save Devin.
Oh, no, we'll save for the last. We'll
We'll
just
save-
talk
we'll
about
save
Devin
that.
and his left-handed match coming up on June 21st, I think it was. Or I
Yeah,
can check.
oh man, we're gonna save
We
that.
could talk about that little juice a little bit later.
Well, we talked
Stay in
about
cast,
King of the
stays there.
Table last week. Remember?
Yeah, but so let's go on.
We didn't do
for
predictions,
sure who we
though.
think we're gonna win this time. 'Cause
Well, you want
I
to run
forget
down
last time.
quick predictions because we
Yeah,
talked
go
about
get
it last week.
Speak up, man. Speak on it.
All right. So we got Zarab versus. Man, I don't know this guy's first name. Tatiev.
Tatiev.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. Wait, you didn't even say the guy before.
His first name is Zarab.
Oh, his name is Sarav?
Yeah, his first name is Zarab.
okay,
I don't know.
okay.
I
Let
don't
me see,
I mean,
man. You want me to read it?
I don't know their
Oh.
first names. But
Yeah, I know his.
Well, I kind of do need the picture because I remember the faces for my prediction. But I think it's going to be.
Zarab Tevez-Britsi. Take this, man. This is
All right.
that's not.
I
it.
think it's going to
versus
be.
Georgie, whatever his name is.
Yeah, it's Tav Beridze
Yeah.
versus Tatiev.
Yeah, that dude. Zarab's coming off a mean arm break, right? And
And how long ago was that?
I'll say at least a year or so now.
Yeah, because that is kind of the one that's making this prediction difficult for me.
I'm going. I think his name is Georgie or whatever his name is.
Tatiev?
Tatiev, yeah, George Tatiev, I think his name is. He fought Irakli recently, and
How do you do?
he got smacked up. But that's top roller
Yeah.
versus top roller. So, with this being said, I'm
And
going to Britsi.
Yeah, Irakali, he's got that.
Yeah, he's
stupid
got a
strong
lot of
bicep.
more.
So it's just like even if you're taking his hand, his arm isn't really going to move much unless you can pivot it off the elbow.
Dude's Georgian.
Yeah, well, I mean, he
Got that Georgian strength.
Pretty sure both of those are Jordans.
Well,
Is
like,
Zarab Georgian?
Oh no!
Zarab's Russian, no?
Yeah,
No, he might be Georgian.
Tav Beridze.
Also, I could be super wrong.
For
Well,
some reason,
regardless,
that sounds
I got
Polish to
Zarab.
me.
You got Zarab?
Yeah, I got Zarab. That's my
Yeah,
dude.
I was thinking Tav Beridze. He like.
He's taller with the top row. I got top Britsi also.
Well, I just felt like because when I was watching some things. Of course, I'm not the best when it comes to understanding arm wrestling, obviously, but Tatiev, he keeps fighting into the fingers and like trying to just top roll them, and so I think if Tav dives in, connecting wrist to wrist, I think he can take it, and I think that has a higher percentage for it.
Yeah, I got
That's just my thought on it.
I got Zarab losing. That top row's too nasty.
It is a nasty top roll,
He's got
that
a
is for
nice
sure.
he's got a nice top row, man. That
He looks
back
like a tech
pressure's
guy.
crazy.
Yeah, he looks like a tech guy. but
Looks
man,
like he looks like Cobalt elbow.
Yeah, but if Zarab is like the Zarab we knew before that injury,
I still got the homeboy.
He's not gonna
and he
be.
pulls
He's
him
not
in,
gonna be that
pulls
guy.
him in the inside and the hook, how he usually does.
Yeah, but you had to get there first. Boom. If he's popping out with that strap, I don't know.
Yeah, he's
It's a
not
good
gonna
match.
be-
This is going to be a good match.
He's not gonna be that guy right off the or like anytime or.
Well, I don't think this
Well,
is
this
his
might
first
be-
comeback
maybe-
match. This
Yeah,
isn't his
yeah.
comeback.
Yeah, his first comeback match looked a little rough for him, but like.
Who did he fight?
I don't remember.
Was it? It wasn't Rob Vajan.
I don't remember.
No, that was before.
That's the
That was
problem.
before the break, right? Maybe it won.
That's the problem is I don't remember the names. But
So
I was watching it earlier today.
We got the tall dude, huh? Not Zarab. Zach has Zarab.
I feel like if Zarab establishes that connection first
Well, isn't Tatiev
with that wrist,
taller? Because Tatiev
gonna be
looked
tough
like
day.
he was taller than Irakali.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taller than Reckley.
And the way that he top rolls, it looks like he just slices through people's fingers. So like you gotta have a strong
Dude's a stud.
like strong fingers to really like stop that guy's path. To
Guys-
stop his path, unless like maybe like Tav Beridze like dives in and catches like low into his palm, wrist to wrist, maybe that he can stop something there. And I think that Tav can do it. Just off of what I've seen, which I'm not the biggest fan, so I don't know exactly, but I will know better in like a year after watching a lot more stuff.
All right, what's the next one, man?
we got Lachlan Adair versus
Marharint.
Petro.
Petro. Yeah, Petro.
Petro
So,
Talk to him.
Petro's got a mitt of a goddamn catcher's glove, dude.
Yeah.
He's a slap fighter.
Is he?
Yes.
he
Go
for
check it
real?
out, man. Go check him out. Check up Petro, whatever the hell his name is. Slap fighting.
What's up with arm wrestlers becoming slap fighters? It's the craziest thing.
It's because they got these mitts on them and they just think they could slap anybody in the face.
Yeah, but you ain't got no mitt like the Grizzly.
Yo, so check it out. Yeah, no. He might have a hand like him, but he don't got the goddamn fire trunk on his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need a fucking head on you.
You didn't stumble, Tim.
Let's go, Lockie.
I think it's gonna be.
I'm mixed because Petro has a really good cup. Like he don't look physically impressive, right? If you check his head to his, without his hands in his pockets and shit, but he doesn't look like looks like a regular dude at a vendor selling pretzels or whatever. You know what I mean? If you look at Lockie, the dude looks like he's. If you look at Lockie, you could tell, dog. He's on all the whey protein that he needs to be on. The guy has veins coming out. The guy's got veins coming out of his eyeballs.
I'm a big fan of Lachlan.
Let's go, Lock.
I'm a big fan of
I think he can get in there. I think as soon as they get in the mix, because Lockie needs that, and that's how he fights. So I think that raw horsepower, if he could get through the cupping ability of Petro, I think Lockie could do it with enough horsepower. He has a lot more muscle.
I watched a few of their matches today. Of course, skipping to when they were actually pulling. But I became a fan of Lachlan, just watching him, all the matches that I watched, because I was trying to find where they had similar opponents, or just an opponent where there were an opponent where Lachlan was pulling
a mutual opponent.
Mutual
opponent.
That's better. A mutual opponent, and honestly, between them, that was super hard to find, or at least for me, that doesn't know any names. So I just had to base off of just searching up their name, and I don't know who's really gonna win, but I'm going for Lachlan. I like his style. He'll switch up his pathing real fast, and he just has a pretty good consistency.
And he gets fired up, dog.
Yeah.
He's very entertaining.
He's very animated.
If you like Lachlan, you should check out some of his Australian videos, because he's got a couple dope Australian videos.
With Matai Rengi?
He is I don't know if he is Australian, but he's from Australia.
No, he's Australian.
Out there with those guys.
100%.
He's out there with the Aussie arm wrestler with Ryan Bowen. He's out there with what's the other guy's name? The rugby player. Bunch of killers.
Riker Bowman, right?
Ricard Bowman. So if you do check out
Ricard,
Australian. What is it? Australian Arm Wrestling League, something like that. Just check them out.
AW something. Yeah, they're cool.
They're the Triple
They got some cool stuff. Well, Lachlan has a really cool match with Matarangi. This crazy Maori
Matarangi, yeah, he had the Maori tats on the face.
Oh, he's the dude that has the humongous thumb.
Yeah, that thumb pad is huge.
Yeah,
dog.
I follow.
He's the bench presser.
Yeah, I followed him on Instagram even before arm wrestling. I didn't realize he was an arm wrestler.
He's a big power lifter. That's why.
Yeah. And he would post a lot of pictures of his videos.
His just thumb pad
and I was just
friggin' that big.
Dude, it was enormous.
Imagine getting slapped by that guy.
I wouldn't want to be slapped by a Polynesian.
Hey man, let's start this.
I couldn't slap him back, or at least it wouldn't matter.
Hey man, let's start a GoFundMe. I'd really love to see Casey versus Matarangi in a slap fight.
Oh snap!
Drop the GoFundMe, dog. If we get enough dollars, I think we could get him to slap each other. Honestly,
I think Casey
will just start slapping fools.
Yeah, I think Casey still has a bigger head.
Man, he might. I don't know, dude. Those guys are freaking gorillas, man.
I don't know. We saw Casey. We've seen Casey in person. This dude's head is like the size of this T-shirt.
I'm trying to look at things at the size of this dude. Probably the cabinet up there, dude. You couldn't even slap.
Probably weighs the same.
Come on, man.
Good luck.
So who'd you pick, man?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got Lachlan.
All right, let's go to the next one.
All right. So
all three are lucky.
Yeah.
All three of us are lucky.
All right. The next one is Chigadze versus Matt Mask.
Oh,
Nugo. I think last podcast I messed up, and I could have been wrong. I think Petro beat Nugo.
Ooh, I was just recently.
Did you watch
watching
that
it.
one? Yeah.
I think
Who won?
I didn't watch the entirety of it.
I think Petro beat Nugo. Very close.
Yeah, I think because
Who you
from
got?
what I was seeing, Marharin, he was like getting the.
I got Matt Mask, man.
Who you got, Jaden?
That's it, and that's all.
I actually have a tough one picking this because I like Matt Mask. I really like him, and I want him to win.
It's because
But
you
I'm
look like him with
actually-
facial hair.
Huh?
It's because you look like him with facial hair.
No, we don't have the same facial.
I'm sorry.
But
think- It's like one
But-
of those things all white people look alike.
yeah.
I'm just
But
playing white people.
I do kind of think Chikadze is going to take it. Like, I don't know. He just looks consistently strong, and like if he gets into your head, like his.
Think Nugo's gonna do him, huh?
That much.
Think Nugo's gonna do him, huh?
I think it's gonna happen. It's
It's
got
gonna be a
Nugo?
good match. It's funny because he's so short in stature, but he's a top roller.
Yeah, and then
So-
if that top roll doesn't work, it looks like he high hooks.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
man, when you get that Matt Mask cupping,
Yeah, that's what I think. I think.
I hope I'm wrong, but like, I just think Chikadze is gonna take it.
let's go North America, man.
I think Nugo.
I like
don't know-
Chikadze though. I do.
Nugo's dope.
I love Nugo. I love watching him pull. He's like,
Yeah, no,
But to
like
straighten his neck.
I didn't realize what you were talking about until I was watching the matches. I'm like, oh yeah, this dude has like.
it's funny because I have terrible Tourette's too. Not as bad as that.
I think
have bad
Nugo's
Tourette's
dope because he's
but let's go
held strong,
Nugo.
dude.
Oh yeah, no.
But I don't know if I just don't think.
At 115, you don't got the juice, dog. You don't got the juice for that.
Unless you got the strength.
Well, who do you got?
Fuck, I tried to say it 3 times already.
Yeah.
Spit it out,
mean,
man.
shit.
You gotta speak.
I got Matt Mask
Woo!
All right.
Let's go North America.
because I don't think Nugo. What you're talking about?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
That was rough.
Nuga don't know what nobody's talking about. He don't speak English, and he's a translator, man. Come on, player.
So the next match we got Brisson. That's right.
Jocelyn Brisson.
Brisson versus
Who's that?
Vaitkute.
Oh, she pulled Sarah Backman. Just okay.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
Igla, whatever you said their last name was.
Vaitkute?
Oof, woof. I hope that's it.
Oh, that's a name.
The tall, yeah, that's a
Like
pretty good. That's a pretty solid name, dog.
Igla.
Yeah.
But it's Igla
cool
versus
name.
Jocelyn Brisson. But Jocelyn is proving herself to be very good competitor. We all didn't know what was going into that last Sarah Backman match. I watched the what was it? The round robin that they had, you know. Shout out to Leroy Jenkins, I think his name is, and they put that round robin.
Jenkins.
Yeah, they put that round robin on for the women, and Jocelyn just put a beating on them ladies, Sarah Backman included. Now we watched the super match at North versus South, or East versus West, and Jocelyn put a beating on Sarah. So, and also I'm pretty sure Igla fought Sarah a minute ago when Sarah first came back, and Igla put a hurting on her too. So, I think Igla's a world champion now, arm wrestler. She's a certified world champion. I'm pretty sure Waff and all them.
Oh, wow.
This is a big jump for Jocelyn Brisson. I want to go North America, but Igla's more proven. I love Jocelyn though. She's a gorilla out there, and not saying like size wise. She's a beast. She's a beast. I'm sorry, very pretty lady. You know, whatever you want to say, but she's a beast out there, dog. I watched her. Hey, she's a stud, dog. I watched her bench press. I think it was 315.
That's pretty good.
Dude.
That's pretty freaking good.
Let me tell you something.
That's impressive.
I'm close to 315. I don't even think I could bench press that much. I don't bench press at all, but
you could hit 315 all out in a month. I could get you to 315.
yeah, but dude, she's doing it as a woman, and nothing
Yeah,
nothing
no,
against
yeah.
women weightlifting or whatever. 315.
Yeah. No. That is super impressive.
That's what Zach said. You do astronomical numbers.
Like, yeah.
315 for a woman is astronomical, dog.
I mean, like, from what I've done, it's not that far from 315. I mean, like, guys that have benched 405, they'll be like, yeah, no, it's absolutely different. Yeah, it took me,
for a woman,
took me
though,
a few years to hit 405, but, I mean, like, yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, but
I'd say for anybody, that's
get
tough,
those
'cause,
woman bones
personally,
and you
once you doing anything over 300, it's tough.
Oh, no, well, yeah, no, doing over 300 for a lot of people is very tough. And all I'm saying is that that is a very impressive number to hit. Mm-hmm. And but
I walked in late. What did she hit? Was it bench press?
Yeah, Spencer was talking about that we saw him hit a 315 bench press.
Woo!
Which is really good. And
I
like
I gotta get my bench up, man. I haven't done that in a minute. But I'm not really pushing for PRs or anything, though. You know what I mean?
Well, like, I mean, we're training like, we're in a sport of upper body. You do want to train your upper body.
Right.
Or, like, make sure that, like...
I used to love bench, too. That was my go-to.
Yeah, and bench translates pretty well. Like, not, like, the best, but it translates. Right. You know, like, you do need some tricep power for locking.
Oh, definitely. Well, when you're inside puller, you lock them pecs in.
Yeah, and even that front delt, you know, like it all matters. But either way, we're kind of getting.
So did you pick Igla or Jocelyn?
Man, I don't really know too much about either or. I just seen that latest puller with Sarah Bachman, so man, I'm gonna go undecided on this one.
Well, just pick one. Just pick one.
Well, I have no idea who is what they have, so I guess I'll just go with Sarah. Or I mean,
I'm kind of
Jocelyn. I told you, man. I don't even know. I go with Jocelyn.
So North America.
I'm going with Jocelyn. Yep.
I'm going with Valkute.
All right, so 2 Igla, and you're
Brisson.
You're the op.
Well, I mean, I'm going for the real natural born woman.
What the hell does that even mean?
The real woman?
I mean, have you seen the picture?
Oh, dude. Banned.
All right.
Shit.
We'll be right back.
So,
edit that.
With our next match, we have Svetkov versus Dadikan.
Georgi Svetkov.
Georgi
Svetkov is he's a really good puller, dude. He's got that.
Yeah.
He's got that dog in him.
Dude,
he's got the dog in him, boy. He's got the gorilla in him.
Oh man,
but he's like that one strongman competitor who's really strong on deadlifts. Or he reminds me of him.
Pujanowski.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of. It's gonna take me a second. It'll come to me.
Oh, Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo the gorilla.
No.
Yo-Yo Ma. All right, man. So I got David Dadikan. Easy.
David Dadikan.
Easy.
The killer.
Yeah, I got Dadikan.
David the killer Dadikan.
I got David the killer Dadikan.
I guess we're running through that one fast.
Quick, boy.
David Dadikan.
That's money.
There goes the medals.
There's 2 medals.
2 medals gone.
All right, man. Let's go. I'm fired up now. David Dadikan. I love David Dadikan.
Man.
So our next one, we got Jablonski versus Zuranov.
Yeah. That's
another Georgie.
That's the number 1 Abraham in this match.
Is that Abraham or is he Georgie?
There's 2 Abrahams in this match, dog.
Oh, that dude's a killer.
Yeah.
I got Jablonski.
This one was a hard one for me to pick because they both pulled Vitali.
But not left-handed.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, because that was very good.
When I searched up their names, it wasn't coming up like exactly what I needed. I wish we had like a sure dog for MMA.
Oh, dude!
Because
are we gonna do that?
Dude, I don't even know how to run a website. If anybody would do it, it would probably be somebody like you.
Well, what is that? Explain that to the people that don't know.
Right, so a sure dog is it's a website where you can search up an athlete's name for sure dog. It is like or even Bloody Elbow. No, I think Bloody Elbow is a news site. But there's a couple of them. And they allow you to look up the name of a athlete in like MMA or boxing, and you can look their stats, like their height, weight, reach, and their matches, their entire match history. And having something like that allows you to look back and basically be like, oh, who was their last losses? Who did they lose to, or who was their best wins, or who did they all beat that were the same? To figure out who was different, and it made it so much, that makes it so much easier for betting, because you can see where the differences are, where people struggled against the same opponent that basically does the same thing. And it just makes it easier for stuff like that. While we don't have that for arm wrestling.
Oh, it's kind of like arm bet. Arm bet. That's what that sounds like to me. Arm bet. Arm bet is something that David Larrett has.
Yeah, that was more like, isn't there somebody that's in the area that...
No. That's arm. That's something different. No. That's something different. That's like an app where you can locate. Pull. Arm bet is something where they basically are putting out. I think it's polls, or I think it's bets on the pullers that are pulling in these matches. You know about arm bet?
I know a little about arm bet, man. Let's get on to the next one, though, man.
Wait, we didn't.
Or let's get on. Yeah, who was it?
I think Zernov is going to win.
Yeah.
Zeranov. But that's a hard pick for me. I'm not really torn on that one.
Well, Camille's a lot more proven, left-handed wise. I can't remember the last left-handed match that I watched with a
Zeranov.
Zeranov, yeah, Sergey Zeranov, I think his name is, and I'm going. It's gonna be a really good one because Zeranov he's gonna bang into the hook, and that's something that will really contest Camille's press, because Camille's press left-handed is way different from right-handed, right?
Is it?
So yeah, 100%.
Better,
it's
right?
crazy.
It's better.
He fought Vitaly. He almost beat Vitaly on short notice too. He was supposed to face somebody else, and I think he was supposed to face Alex Kradecka, if I was wrong. Somebody crazy, and then Camille. It was either.
Wasn't
Camille
he supposed
or,
to pull Jerry?
No. That was Alex
They got canceled,
Kradecka.
right?
That was Alex Kradecka in Orlando versus Jerry, but Jerry's father passed away. Rest in peace. But
I thought they were doing presser versus presser.
Oh yeah, Camille got in his ass, dog. Camille got in Vitaly's. I'm going Camille. I think it'll be a really closer match than we think because of Zeranov's hook and ability and side pressure. So I think it'll be really close. I'm gonna edge it out. I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think. I'm going 65-35 Camille.
All right,
Yeah,
hey, we're heating up.
I thought it was going to be a really close one.
The matches are getting better and better.
Yeah.
It could get close, or Camille could just blow through his ass. Yeah. Because I don't know. Camille's left hand is a lot more proven.
That is kind of one of the things with presses. It's just
That shoulder, dog. Once you get,
they can either blow through somebody, or they get in these crazy wars because they just lock up. You know, they just kind of weigh on it. You got to be a outstanding arm wrestler too.
Hopefully, you're gonna see one of these Cali guys on there soon, man. One of us.
Oh, I mean, we still got.
we got 7 more years.
Yeah, 7.
Especially Natty, you know what I mean. Unless you get on some pancakes,
Depends on the age.
you might have some 5. You might
Depends
cut
on
it
the
down to
age
5
that I
years.
hit. If I hit a certain age and I'm still doing well, why not?
Yeah, hell yeah, why not? Shit.
Yeah. But so next we got Paul Lynn versus Samushia.
Paul Lynn is gonna dog walk Samushia.
Tell me what I can't do.
I want.
He did not say it like that.
I want Paul.
He was all veined up, dog.
Paul Lynn,
Yeah.
let's go, baby. Rooting for you.
And this is
My boy.
I might be a little biased on this pick, mostly because I enjoyed the way he pulled, but I think he can do it. It's gonna be a tough one, but I think he can do it.
I'm a big fan of Paul Lynn. I've been watching his videos, checking out all of his content, and man, a lot of his stuff just helped me too. You know, I won't really get into all of that because I want to eventually do a video for you guys who want it, because I kind of compiled a bunch of different arm wrestling videos concerning weight cutting and getting prepping for tournaments, and I kind of came up with my own. But I had to do a bunch of research. It took a bunch of time, and I took a bunch of tournaments too. but I'll end up coming out with that video. We'll have to do that later. But Paul Lynn is one of my favorites that I came across from there. So I got Paul Lynn.
All right.
And
Paul Lynn
this isn't just me. Like I said it like a jerk right now, but David Samushia, take nothing from him. Weight pound right now, GOAT. Mindaugas compared to David Samushia.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound, if you're talking 85 kilo Samushia, he's smashed like what? I think he's been in the last the East versus West. I think he's been on like how
He's
many
on a
have they
tear.
had? I think he's been like 10 out of the last 14 or something. Something nuts.
He's been 10 or he's like lost?
He's fought
He's been to the
on
last.
10 of the last 14 cards that they've had. Right?
Just
been
defend.
something nuts.
He's the reigning
something nuts.
defending.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
the 185 kilogram, or 85. I'm sorry, not 185. 85 kilogram. If you're at that 85 kilogram, dog, you are not messing with this guy. You aren't messing with this guy at 85 kilo. But he's going up a little bit, to fight Paul Lynn. I think Paul Lynn at this weight is going to be really, really good because he beat him last time. I can't remember what the weight class was. I'm very ignorant right now speaking on this, but
well, if he's moving up, then
I think it's 95
So
weight
205
class.
class.
they're in middleweight. I don't
What
know.
is the kilograms?
It doesn't
209,
say right there.
95?
But it's middleweight, so I'm thinking it's around.
Oh, it's
like
probably
95
I think it's 95 kilos.
Like 90 kilos.
So like
95
198, 199.
Yeah, so
That's
when
what
you're
it is.
95 kilos, dog, I think with Paul Lynn not having to cut as much weight,
That's one of the things too, though, is like
Paul
this-
Lynn, dog,
This kind
Paul
of
Lynn.
unrelated, but the East versus West King of the Table weight classes are different from California weight classes.
yeah,
Which we're trying
we
to
need a
officiate.
115 weight class out here, man. Let's do that.
But yeah, I mean,
I would
the,
love to drop-
the KG weight
I would love
classes
to
are a
drop
little,
to 250.
they run a little
Okay,
different.
Yeah, 115. I would love to
Yeah,
drop to
we're at-
150 some odd pounds. I'd love that weight class.
Oh, one
'Cause
or
for us, they have
250,
would be
I'm sorry,
fun
250.
because then I can
They've got
actually,
220
like, put on weight.
classes.
Yeah, because then I'd go down
Yeah,
there
they've
and
got- yeah,
I'd have to
too.
fight you.
They've got that class. They've got 220 classes.
Yeah, that'd
they've
be
got
fun. That'd be fun.
I'm
'Cause-
big, but I got a lot of water weight. I could get down to 250.
Well, I'm like in a
240
weird,
though?
I'm in a weird
209.
space because like when I started arm wrestling, I was like around like 248, and then it's just been kind of this like, oh, I like can't put on weight, and then I like losing weight is just doesn't feel all that good. Because even though I'm leaning out, I'm still like high 230s, so it's just like,
Yeah, at a certain point, that's your walk around weight.
yeah,
know?
it's just like, man, like I guess I just kind of sit around that like under 242.
Getting older. Getting older sucks, man.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not even thinking about that.
Nah, but like
Like getting older, you're
my
26
walk around,
now.
My walk around weight, like 5-6 years earlier was like 195 maybe. That was my walk around weight, 195.
Damn, if that chair would have broke, dog, that would have been
That would have been
golden,
That
dog.
would have been good.
That would have
But,
been golden.
I'll be right back. I gotta
Yeah.
take this.
But-
You guys keep talking.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like now, fast forward 5-6 years later, my walk around weight is 250, 220. You know what I mean? Like that's my walk around weight.
Let's go over to the next match, dog.
Well, we could go over the next match, but this dude's phone locked, so
Well, I think it's like he's not. Dude's not a rocket scientist unless he's
Yeah,
got some
man.
numbers on it.
well,
Let me see.
sorry guys, a little dry time.
A little dry time, ain't nothing.
Yeah, regardless of that, man, we've got some fire matches coming up. Go buy the pay-per-view. It's not too much, about $10. Cup of coffee and a snack.
Yeah, you know what? This guy's really high tech. I didn't think he was as high tech as he was. So with that being said, man, let's talk about California arm wrestling.
Let's talk
Talk
about it.
about California arm wrestling, man. Who's your favorite arm wrestler to watch, Zach?
My favorite California,
In
arm
California,
wrestler?
yeah, in California, size wise, it don't matter. Who's your favorite dude that just fires you up? You like to watch? Don't matter weight class.
That's a tough question now.
But let's go-
Think about
You know what? Ask me that question.
who's your favorite arm wrestler to watch?
Who's my favorite California arm wrestlers to watch? That's a good question. I don't know. No, I'm just playing. I'd like to say, man, I like to watch Ole. because I like to watch who he pulls and see if he could beat certain people in certain weight classes in other states of our country. You know what I mean? Also, I really like to watch Mega Mike. I wish he would pull more that way because I think he could kick ass at that 250 weight class. I think he kick ass at that weight class. And so my number one, who I wish I could see more of, Tom the Man Nelson. Hey, you know what? Let me take it back. Let me say the two ones: Tom Nelson and Matt Hughes. I would love to see them pull a little bit more.
That's good.
Those are good. Those are good names, man.
Some good names.
Categories.
I'd like to see Tom Nelson pull again.
One of my favorite,
more.
actually, now that I think about it,
yeah.
one of my favorite, and it's kind of hard because
Ilya too.
yeah,
Ilya too. Because
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Ilya. I think Ilya could kick a lot of ass out here, man. But
Oh, I haven't seen him in a minute.
I'll say mine.
you
I'll
could,
say
yeah, you
mine.
could say yours.
No, I'll save it for another time.
Okay, yeah.
Our next match, we've got Ivan Mesashenko versus Sergey Kalinchenko.
Sergey.
The guy with the Russian nesting doll glasses.
Yes. With
Da,
the
da.
mini
How
glasses.
small do you think his glasses are going to be this time?
I think he said he's gonna get a bifocal.
Probably micro.
Yeah, he's gonna get one of those.
And then, like, the next one, it's a monocle, and that keeps getting smaller.
He's just straight Ben Franklin-ish.
Hey, let's run it down quick.
Flip- he, like,
We've got about
he
5 or
flips them
6
up, they
more.
keep getting smaller.
We're gonna run it down quick and go.
Let's do it,
Jaden,
let's do
Spence, me. Jaden, who you got?
Kalianchenko.
That's a good one.
Ivan Metrichenko. Ivan. I got Ivan.
I'm gonna be the tiebreaker.
Closer.
I'm gonna be the tiebreaker, and I got Ivan based off of experience,
All right.
off of his years of pulling. Next match. Ooh, we're heating up. I told you guys we're heating up. We're heating up. We got Daniel Prokupchik versus Artur Makarov.
So I actually wasn't able to do any research on this one. Time got too close. But I'm going with Kite Neck.
Okay.
Oh shit, Arthur.
That makes sense, dude. He's a killer.
Dude's built like a minotaur.
He is so strong, dude. So strong.
I'm going with him just because, like, dude, if you got a neck like that, you just a strong dude.
Dude, his neck is like the whole bottom of the picture. You know, it's just his neck. Usually it's like people's traps and stuff. No, it's just his neck.
Just
It
neck.
just covers the whole base of the video, of the picture.
Yeah, I bet you that guy could jump out of a plane and not worry about it.
Who you got?
I got Daniel.
Daniel? That's good. Another
it, that's
tiebreaker. Another tiebreaker. I guess I'll break the tie. Man, that's really close. That's so close. Man, I'm going to say 55-45. Daniel. Sorry, man. I really like Archer, but I'm going with Daniel on this one.
All right. What would you guys do if I win?
Oh, if you win? Whatever. I mean,
Oh, you picked Arthur?
I'll do some pull-ups.
Some pull-ups? All right.
Fuck, so yeah, well then what are we doing?
I mean, are we making
I'll
the
do
bet
some
on that
pull-ups
one? You'll
too.
make the bet. That's a good bet. Okay. All right,
I'm
guys.
making a bet on that one because I'm, like, I didn't do any research on it, but
I didn't do
I'm
enough
going
research
up,
for a bet, but I'll go ahead and bet 20 pull-ups.
I don't even bet nothing because, well, if we're doing bets, I mean, I don't have a for sure pick. These guys are small dudes.
Well,
I don't
Spencer
really,
already owes us 50 push-ups, so he's
Yeah,
already
I
out
owe
of this
the-
bet.
yeah.
This one's between me and Jaden. No, not 50.
yeah,
20
I can't do 50. I can't do
20 pull-ups. I got Prokupchik. He got Artur.
well, lock me in for that too then, you assholes. Lock me in for that too then. I'm doing 20
Spence owes
pull-ups.
double.
You
I
think
can't
you can
do
20?
I'm not doing 40 pull-ups.
No, you
No,
think
20.
you can do 20?
I can
But you
do
owe us
20
50
pull-ups in
push-ups
sets of
also.
3.
Yeah.
In sets of 3. But if I owe you 20 pull-ups, I'll do the 20 pull-ups.
Well, you're going
And
with,
we're pumping out my 50 push-ups
We're gonna
right
post
after
that
this
soon.
podcast.
You're
Yep.
going with Prokopchek, right?
So I'm sick and tired of you guys.
No, yeah, he's going with Prokupchik.
I'm going per cup check.
Next match, get into it, Jaden.
All right, we got Kikvinia versus Segov.
That's at
Gennady
115
Kavinka versus Ibrahim
kg.
Segov.
That's at 115 kg.
Yeah,
Gennady's losing weight, so let's go.
I think it's tough to bet on somebody that loses weight because anybody that cuts a weight class, like it never really goes well in the top level of like almost any sport. But I want to believe in Kavickia.
Say that to Devin Larratt.
Yeah, well, Devin is already a smaller guy, like skinnier guy. So like that weight cut.
He was.
He was. Basically, like
he's not a smaller guy. He's a 250 guy.
He's a very tall guy, but
and he has to kill himself to get down to the 115.
I'm talking about the guys that he pulls against. The guys that he pulls against on average is like way heavier than him.
Yeah.
So Gennadi's last match was Devin.
Yeah.
But
then also wasn't Devin like 305.
Dude, Devin was huge.
Yeah.
Gennadi's only like this. He's only like 6'1".
He's like a fire hydrant.
But he's built wide. He's smaller.
Yeah.
He's a small guy. So when you're built with a different frame,
6'1's not small.
I don't think is he 6'1"?
He's dramatically shorter than friggin' 6'5", 100%.
Well, 6'1" is not dramatically shorter than 6'5", dude.
Yeah.
5 inches?
4 inches?
4 inches? Maybe he's a little shorter because Gennady or Devin dwarfs him.
Well, isn't Devin
Georgi Spekov in that last interview dwarfed him. And that was like 2 days ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, this whole size differential shit, he's dropping down to 115 also. I think he'll be good, though. He's professional. He's professional.
I think Gennady will get it.
I think
you got Gennady?
I got Gennady.
You got Gennady?
I got Gennady. He's way more developed on the table, and if he loses the weight decently, as a weight cut, he's said he's done it professionally. He says he's going to do it professionally and very smart. I have a lot of confidence that he will do it. And let's say he doesn't make the weight on that day, then maybe my prediction might be a bit different. But if he's professional as he says he is, because I watched the interview yesterday, we watched it, and he says, he knows the certain ways to cut.
Yeah, he said he knows what to eat, when to eat.
He's putting on a lot of water. I think he's drinking 7 liters of water or something crazy, right?
Oh,
so when he dumps all the water out, all he's going to do is like sit there, not drink water, piss through his eyeballs and shit. You know what I mean?
So he's sitting there over the toilet because he's gonna have to pee every second,
pooping out water.
Been there,
you know
done that. Man, I don't know about that one, but I got Saigal for this one just because
10 liters of water.
Abraham Saigal, that's my dude, man. Abraham Lincoln, that's his nickname. That's what I call him.
I like Abraham Saigal.
And if you're cutting for this is your first match cutting for a while, because he ain't cutting a minute. He's been a super heavyweight for a while now.
That's a good point.
So if you're cutting and this is gonna be your match that you're cutting to, I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one to drop down. You're dropping down to a killer. Sagov is no slouch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's for a world title, so that's like
but that's because it's interim. It's interim world title because Reno Masick is injured.
Oh.
You know Reno Masick?
Yeah.
Reno the young gun. I think he got injured in his latest match with whoever he pulled.
Up something.
Whoever he pulled to get that title.
That's tough.
I think he picked up an injury.
Like the reason why I picked Gennady was because like I feel like when you're like Devin put on so much weight and he's just looked insanely strong. He definitely got whatever tips he needed from Brian Shaw. And so that's why I'm all like, you can't take anything away.
He smoked Nadi, dude.
Yeah.
He smoked Nadi.
Because Devin looked completely different.
Oh, he murdered him.
Like if Devin...
And Nadi's a killer.
Like, in my opinion, I want to see Devin a year from now, like, go for Levon.
Are you kidding me? That's what we all want to see, dude.
Just because
Devin all that?
Yeah,
I'd rather see him fight Vitaly first, but that's after Alex and...
But that's kind of what I mean by a year from now.
Might go fight each
because
other.
He's going to have more matches between that period.
Yeah,
and I do want to see him against Vitaly.
Right, because let's say Vitaly loses versus Todd, who knows, but I'd rather that right after Vitaly, if he loses to Todd... Not saying he will. I'd like to see the Devin versus Vitaly match. That'll be fun. That'll be super fun.
That match will go just because, we'll get into that one because it's coming up. But right now we got Todzilla Hutchings versus Baby Ev. Babayev for clarity.
Who you got?
I got Hutchings.
Why?
I think Hutchings can do it. I believe in the man.
You know he's never beaten Babayev.
I don't even care.
I think it's been the last 8 matches.
Tables can turn, bro.
That's his one. I guess you could say this is arch enemy.
Yeah. I mean, like, if they've had that many matches, like, obviously Todd Hutchings is going to be stressed out, but he believes in his training method, and he's looked strong, man. And, like, did Babayev beat
Tides can turn.
Uralkali?
Tides can turn.
I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah,
Because he got injured from the Paul Lynn match.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
when
pulled his one of
popped
his
pecs. Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
It's got to be at least a year, maybe a year.
Probably
and a half.
more than that, because that was
how is he going to handle Todd Hutchings' side pressure?
Well, everybody's saying that he's
chest
back
is
to
gonna
old Rustem. They're saying that
But
he's back
is
to the
he,
old.
though?
some
'Cause
are
that takes
saying
a
that.
while to
It's
really
true.
get to
That's
it.
true. That's what everybody says too. When somebody comes back from an injury, they say, "Hey, I'm the strongest I've ever been in my life."
Yeah, it's gonna from everything that I've noticed of guys that get injured, it's very rare that they snap back. You know, it always takes a minute. It always takes a minute.
Well, who you got, Spence?
So, I got Todd. USA. I'm USA prime beef every day. But my reasoning being is I think Todd is a different puller than he is. I think the last time they pulled was I think 2019, and that was their super match.
Oh, that's a good time. That's a long time
so
ago.
that's a lot of time. That's actually
arm wrestling
life changing.
wise,
Yeah. So I think I got Todd. I think he's a different puller. I think he's a different human being, and I think Babayev don't have the same punch that he used to have. You know what I mean? Watching him with Paul Lynn, and if he can't just blow through Paul Lynn, which he did to an extent until he couldn't.
Yeah,
And then once you get that stickiness, I have a lot of confidence in Todd.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to cut you off, but people say because he got injured, that's why Paul won.
Just pass it over.
But you got to understand, he also got injured because he was pulling Paul. It's not like he got injured and that's why Paul won. No, he got injured pulling somebody like Paul Lynn.
Right.
Somebody
right.
bringing all that intensity, ferocity to the table.
Yeah.
Tell me what I can't do.
Yeah, dude. So, yeah, that's good. But
I mean, like in my mind, a pec tear is pretty serious, especially in side pressure. You need that pec, you need that upper delt.
oh yeah,
And
dude, you
or that
kidding me?
front delt,
Yeah,
that
when
front
you're
delt.
inside puller, it's all that pec, man. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
it.
just
You know what I mean?
That
But
lock is it needs to be there.
so we
And
got a
if there's
tiebreaker. You got Todd.
I got Todd.
You got.
He got Todd.
Oh, you got Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd, man. USA.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna have to go with Todd Hutchings. Come on, man.
The switch up. The switch up.
Sorry,
And
man.
this is just me being biased. If you ask me, like a betting man, if we're putting dollars or freaking 20 pull-ups on the
Yeah.
line, I'm probably betting Babayev. But
No, I say that too.
I'm
pro
still
Todd.
go Todd.
If we're going with their recent matchups, Todd, man, Todd's on a
if
tear.
you're going on bullcrap data, I'm going.
Well, it's
I'm
not
going-
bullcrap data. Todd's the strongest he's ever been, no doubt. you can't say
if
that he
you're-
has
if you're,
not
like,
stronger.
Going off a stat,
I mean, if we're going off of
stats
data,
and
like,
stuff.
what happened the last 8 matches? I mean,
Yeah, a lot of
Oh,
bettors
right,
go
right.
off of stats, and that's
Right.
where you'll see like
Yeah, because styles make matches. That's true.
styles are matches.
But I don't
And then
think-
also like factors or like recent factors have a big part to play.
yeah.
You know?
Big time.
I don't think Babayev has the same punch that he used to have when he was a few years in a bicep tear ago. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, no. Yeah.
let's go to the next one, man.
All right.
Well, the next one is the main event.
Yeah, the main event.
What?
The
Let's go.
main
North
event.
America's just killing it.
We
Main,
have,
co-main.
for the main event, Vitaly Laletin versus Monster Michael Todd.
Can I start this off?
Yeah, you started off.
Yeah. So look, Michael Todd is going out there, right? He's fighting the anomaly. He's fighting a guy that is supposed to win. He's got the keys to win. He's got every ability to beat the older gentleman in Michael Todd. He's got everything. He's got the lever. He's got the angles to beat him. Michael Todd's going out there with a mission right now. He's going out there on Mother's Day or the day before Mother's Day. His mother passed away the same time.
Who's?
Michael Todd. And you know Michael Todd's on this faith kick, you know what I mean? Like everything's for Christ.
His mother's birthday is the same day as Mother's Day.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so it's I thought it was the day before. So yeah.
That's
And his mother
tough.
passed away last year. So he even said he's like, look, 99 or 95 times out of 100 times, you could beat me. This day, no one can beat me.
That's a story.
Michael Todd.
Michael Todd's definitely
Michael
building up
Monster
to it.
Todd, dog. He's freaking... The difference between the last time when he fought Hermes, he's all like this. All dark and, down dapper. I guess he had something going on, whatever, his lifestyle, whatever. But when you're coming in with this, and then I heard his interview when he was talking to Ryan Bowen, he's talking a little more upbeat and saying, like, no, this is not going down. The demeanor changed. The aura changed. His whole...
When he was talking to Lachlan?
Yeah. No, not Lachlan, dude. Ryan Bowen. When he was talking to Ryan Bowen, he was like, dude, this is not going the way the last time went. I'm in a different mind space right now. I am not losing.
Well,
It don't
Hermes-
matter who you're putting in front of me. I'm not losing.
Hermes, in my mind, is a much harder pull, just because that guy is so well rounded, and like when he trains for a person, it's very specified. But like
Gladiator.
like Vitaly,
I love
he's got
Hermes.
a
I love
very
Hermes.
very strong hand, and he's got really good back pressure. And Vitaly, I'm not trying to take anything away, but like we're talking on their level. We're talking on their level. Is that like I just see Vitaly always go back and when if he does a high hook, like it's super strong, but like can he get that final or that like the amount of effort he needs for that King's move?
Vitaly
Because
or Mike. I'm sorry.
Vitaly.
Because the thing is
To beat the King's move.
Yeah, because I don't like the King's move. But when it comes to this match, does Vitaly have what it takes for that final ounce? Or that final inch, the final 2 inches? Because here's the thing. I believe that somebody like Hermes is totally capable of getting that final inch or two. Because he's going to train specifically for that.
Well, he showed how efficient he pulled.
Yeah. But is Vitaly going to do that?
Right.
That's my mind on this.
And that's a good thing. That's kind of why Hermes made that guess. I don't know if you heard, but Hermes said that he thinks, I think it was like 70-30 Todd, in Todd's favor. And he's pulled both of them. Granted, he pulled Vitaly a year and a half ago.
And isn't that a crazy statement?
That was a really close match also, though. That was a really close match.
Crazy match. That was one of the longest matches. That was one of the longer matches of that year also.
Yeah.
Two things, man. Two things. The King's move effed everything up. Second thing, if you can't beat him, choke him. Go.
Choke him.
That's right. Shout out to Tom Nelson.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
If you can't beat him, choke him. So who do you got, man?
So I got North America, baby.
I'm actually leaning on Michael Todd because I don't think leaning into that back pressure, it's harder to keep that same back pressure at the pin. If it was somebody that has the same pulling style like Todd Hutchings, I'd be like, yeah, they can get that. Because they have so much power of being outside of their hand. While it's hard to get closer to your side when somebody is King's moving because they weigh their own body against you.
Also, the pads
Yeah.
hit different for the King's move. The pads, like the WAO pads, hit with an arch and stuff, so the King's move hit different back
Well,
then.
you know what though, man, that's a good observation because based off of Vitaly's last match with who did he pull again?
Morzov.
Morzov, dude.
Oh, but was that
When-
left-handed?
And
that was left-handed. I'm sorry.
Match, and I like
That was
Morzov.
It was
Morzov was
granted
number
it was
one.
a different hand, but I just feel like that same spot that he got into where he was about to pin Morzov, but Morzov was like, no, yeah, come on, go. He was fighting it.
That's Vidania.
Yeah, Morzov can
Yeah.
hold it with that muscle,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you could see it in his face. It's taxing.
Yeah.
Michael Todd can hold that same position on the opposite arm
And he can hold
keep
it
that poker
longer.
face.
He
A
can hold
lot
it
longer,
so
dude. A
much
lot
longer.
longer. He could read a book.
He's pronating during it. I got my criticisms with Michael Todd because I just don't like the King's move. I think it's boring watch. It's just I just think it's not good viewing experience. But
Hell no.
with that being said,
I think it's cool if it's in the right angle. Like the Ingen explained it. If you have your shoulder above the pad, that's a cool move.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
under the pad, that's a shitty move.
Yeah,
I fully agree.
If your arm,
if you're straight like this under the pad, that's crap.
No, it was
if your
cool.
arm looks straight,
Right.
even
You're-
if it
you're
looks
dead.
like
You're
this,
dead.
like
Yeah, you're cooked.
and like I'm
Go back to
looking at the
amateurs.
camera, like if it looks like this, that just doesn't look good because arm wrestling is the sport of straightening your opponent's arm. That's essentially straight in my mind.
Now
You
you're
know,
cooked.
it's not like hyper. It's not like
Yeah, it's
jiu-jitsu, like
you
arm-
want somebody to break
arm bar.
it to win. When it's like, dude, you already lost. You given up your whole arm and you're stretched out and you're talking about, go ahead, pin me. Come on, man. It don't work like that. But honestly, though, the way that Hermes pulled Michael Todd, if Vitaly ain't coming with that same energy, I don't think he's getting it because Hermes pulled Michael Todd so efficiently. That's the way you want to pull something like that. And what did he get? 3-0. I think it was 3-0, 4-0. Whatever it was, he smoked. I mean, he smoked him.
Yeah, and I mean, like, also when Vitaly was pulling Morozov was more in this position. More closer to a 90-degree angle.
Right.
That's so taxing on the bicep. And I'm not saying that a King's move isn't taxing on the bicep because you do need to be activating it, but that's a stronger position than here. And that's why I think that Michael Todd's King's move is really just going to wear Vitaly out.
I agree.
So what do you think he was more on or more is off?
Well, I mean, I don't watch Morozov enough, like all of his past matches to know, but I just think, like, if he came in with a game plan of willing to sacrifice certain things for the long game, maybe he could have gotten it. But Morozov doesn't strike me as that guy, and that's why I find him so entertaining. And, like, Morozov is just that guy that's, like, he wants that war.
He's
He
a Terminator.
wants to fight, yeah. He just wants
He's a
a good fight.
Terminator.
He just happens to be one of the best, you know? And so that's why I like the guy.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking. I don't know if you guys heard it before, but you're gonna hear it here first. If you haven't heard it yet, he's gonna get taken down by the 3 North Americans.
Yeah, I'd rather be more is on than more is off.
That's the second time we dropped that. So I think Michael Todd's gonna take him down. Then Devin's gonna take him down. Then Jerry's gonna take him down.
You think Jerry's going to get him?
Kidding me?
I think Vitaly actually gets Jerry.
Styles make matches.
I don't think he gets Jerry.
I got Jerry.
Out of all those guys, Jerry has a better
I got Jerry, Captain America,
Yeah.
Cat of
because of
Red.
shoulder press. It's a weird mathematics. I don't know.
Right.
And Jerry's a real
It's
Captain
like
America.
MMA math. It don't make sense.
He's
Well,
not
I
like
mean,
U.S.
like,
don't make
Agent
sense.
from Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
a
like,
real
from my like, the basic logic is, like, if somebody's going for a press, you want to go for a hook. But,
Yeah, 100%.
like,
100%. Because you want side pressure to beat that.
Yeah.
press.
And, like, but I think Vitaly probably has enough side pressure to kind of keep his back pressure keep working, and he'll probably angle.
He's got a lot of height, too.
I don't think he
He's
does.
got a lot of height, and that height will matter. But, like, and then of course Vitaly's looking really big right now. Like you saw that picture with him with Half Thor. He like Vitaly's looking bigger than.
Damn, I
in
didn't
my
see
opinion.
that.
In my opinion,
because that was the one.
I didn't see that. I'm going to check that out.
I
That was
even
the one
threw it
where
on
they
the
pressed in
podcast,
Russia.
brother.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was the one they did in Russia. Schoolboy faced that 6-time national or world champion or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Morozov
I think,
was in the pick too.
I think Jerry has more pushing power sideways with his shoulder
Yeah.
than Morozov has side pressure tenfold.
Yo.
So if we
I
were to
would- I would
bet-
say that too, but like that redirection.
Yeah.
I think there's something there, but it's not that confident. Yeah, I'm not that confident about it.
So man, how long were we into this pod, dude?
About
Pretty
an
long,
hour,
huh?
dude. That
We're
kind
about
of
an hour
wraps
50.
up King of the Table.
Hour and 50, yeah. So let's
Yeah, that
get
wraps
some
up
more
King of the
juicy
Table.
for next week because we might have some more juice for next week. A little more fun, a little more controversy. Nothing to stir the pot too much, but a little more controversy next week. I think
More just
some juice, some more juice.
More questions.
Drop some
More
comments
juice,
down
man.
below. But here's a little teaser, because you guys might not know about this, but we got a match that's coming up in June. I think June 21st?
Oh yeah, no, we talked a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, we talked.
Devin
We
Larratt.
didn't say who it was.
But no,
It's Devin Larratt, yeah.
I meant the Arizona
Yeah, but I'm trying to get into this, man.
Because this is more local for us.
We got
to
Devin
talk about.
Larratt versus, it's a left-handed match. This is versus a higher-ranked opponent. Take your guesses before I drop it. Devin Larratt, June, versus
June 21st.
Alex Kurdecha. That's right.
Left-handed.
real?
Alex
Left-handed.
Kurdecha, the giant.
Oh.
But this isn't a right-handed
we'll
match.
talk about
that next
pod.
left-handed.
I think it's still
Alex
cool.
Kurdecha is way good left-handed.
That's
way
a little
good.
I think
insider
it's still
information.
cool. I think it's still
I
really
think it's
cool.
amazing because Devin's punching up.
Devin
Devin's punching
dropped
way
that.
up.
Devin dropped that on the Neil podcast. Neil Pickup
Today.
podcast.
It was today live.
And he said,
me and
I
Zach were
don't
watching
think,
it.
he's like, I don't know if I should be talking about this because I don't know if Endgame wants me to talk about it, but whatever, I'm talking about it. So guess what? We're talking about it.
They got it locked in.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, like we don't see that much of Devin Pullen left, and like
We don't know
dude,
it.
Well,
for
no,
him-
because he
for
fought
him
Corey
being at
West
this
last
weight-
left.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
So he's
but-
punching way high.
right,
He's punching way high.
and that's kind of what I'm
Right.
thinking of. Is just that he's got a lot of confidence on him being at this weight, and that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Oh, 100%.
'Cause
That's,
if he
that's a
per-
lot of
it,
balls
like-
on the table, dog.
Like let's say this. If he wins this left-handed, how do you think he does against Vitaly right-handed?
Two different hands. I don't know.
But here's the thing. That means, in my mind, his left hand has jumped so much because of because even though he's got a new training or like maybe a slightly new training method, but he's putting on weight. I think this match would show how much the weight would have changed him. Because mass moves mass. This is just a fact.
I think if David Dedican didn't smoke Alex Kurdecha, then what you're saying would be
for
tenfold.
real.
But because David Dedican he stonewalled him, dog. He brickwalled his shit, dude.
But as
And I
so
now his what he brings to the table, I don't want to say is less than, but a month ago, if you would ask me before I saw David Dedican versus Alex Kurdecha, I would have probably had more investment in this match. But because of that, it's like, all right, well, now I think like Sprong might be better than Alex Kurdecha. I don't know. This is a huge I don't know
I get
because
what you
left
mean.
hand is very vague, but.
Right.
But yeah, once I watched David Dedican do what he did to Alex, this is really just a super, super fun match. Kind of just like, honestly, this is kind of like watching, this is more qualified, but David Dedican versus Georgi.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I do have one quick question about that, just before we wrap it up. Consistency wise for David Dedican for both of his arms, how would you say he is consistent? Is he like
Murderer.
Well, is he like similar
Murderer.
rank in
Very
both arms?
consistent.
Very consistent.
Then I do think that it would be a good statement.
He might be
for-
better left-handed, actually. I'm sorry. He might
Well-
be better left-handed.
Well, I think it would be a good statement for Devin, in my mind, just because it kind of gives you a frame of reference.
We'll get into it a little bit more on next week's podcast, so stay tuned, guys.
But for now, USABs, make sure you like and subscribe, and please share it around. We like doing this, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. And please make sure you comment down below, especially what you think on the things that we're bringing up. And shout out to Kane Fontecchio. Shout out to 98 Arm Wrestling.
Greg Brown, Bob Brown, Utah, out of Utah. All you guys everywhere in local Arizona, Utah, Oregon.
Ray Cody, Tim Talmadge.
Ray Cody, Tim Talmadge, Jody, Chocolate Thunder Williams.
Jody Smith.
If you're watching this, let us know, man. That way we could talk a little bit more about the Oregon guys, everybody.
Yeah.
Because we want to talk about you guys. It's just we only got so much time to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we still got to practice after this, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we still got to practice.
a lot of
We're going to
training
get our
after this.
workout in. We're going to train. Spencer's going to do his push-ups.
We're gonna do
Stay
my
tuned.
push-ups.
Yeah, we'll get that filmed.
Put a hurting on
today.
you boys, yeah, because we got to get it. Because I got a lot of people busting my chops, man. So we got to
Yeah.
get it right.
And we might
I pay my
post
dues, man.
We might post it Saturday because I do want to see what you guys think.
Yeah. Let's talk some mess.
Drop some
But we
comments,
will
like,
be doing
subscribe,
it
and
today.
follow.
Yeah,
Sir. Love you guys. SAB, you dirty birdies.
Yeah, like and subscribe, and make sure that you train hard, eat well, and rest easy.